As the concept of failure slowly dawns upon the establishment, it knows it's lost the first battle in the transhuman war. But the elites have plenty of contingency plans up their sleeve, their favourite being the environment. Despite the quasi-religious fervour of the Green Movement, military and corporate agencies have been darkening the skies with various metals and parasitical organisms for decades. They recently altered the recipe and are adding a few new ingredients to the toxic mix. Soon, the air, the water, and the ground will be saturated with synthetic proteins and invasive nanotechnology. When the wizards of Silicon Valley first moved from big data to biotech, it was a clear warning sign of things to come. Throughout the environmental movement, the corporate state has been uncharacteristically upfront about its agenda, openly discussing the depopulation of the Earth and a return to some kind of elitist Garden of Eden. But now they're conspicuously silent. They're biding their time, watching the countdown for the biological Armageddon. The rules have been changed, and now the elites are inoculating themselves against the rest of mankind. Hidden advances in medicine and technology will protect them from the effects of the weaponized food chain, or so they hope. Because there are no guarantees in life, even for the corporate state. The elites are taking a massive gamble, and they know it. The lightning strike is the biological kill switch, an extra layer of security for the vulnerable elites. A biotech implant to mentally control and even trigger major organ failure should citizens break the rules of conduct in the new transhuman society. But not everyone took the bait, and it's not likely they ever will. So they'll turn nature against us, disguising biological warfare as an environmental disaster. The media will manufacture the news cycle, focusing on a new disease with similar symptoms to toxic shock syndrome. They and their paymasters will blame environmental issues for nature inexplicably turning against the human race, and they should know, because they have tainted the wellspring of all life, and the sickness will be all-pervading. Such a staged event has been the constant subject of predictive programming in TV and movies. If you've seen the film Transcendence, you'll know what I'm on about. A simulated consciousness manages to encode its synthetic signature throughout the natural world until nothing can escape the genetic tsunami. A similar theme can be found in Shyamalan's Happening, where nature induces mass suicide in the human race. The elites know it's all a matter of timing. If they shoot their load too early, they'll have an angry mob of millions at the proverbial door. Not everyone has succumbed to the medical hype, and there are literally hundreds of millions in the world ready to fight. The elites know that the people have lost all patience, and many are at physical and mental breaking point. One angry voice might not be a problem, but hundreds of millions could bring about a global civil war. Which is why the elites are making a tactical withdrawal, gradually distancing themselves from the chaos they've caused, brushing over the death toll and the hundreds of human rights laws violated to make a quick buck. Right now, governments around the world are discussing how to do away with human rights altogether. Just like the end of any war, psychological or otherwise, there must be winners and losers. However, the state cannot claim outright victory nor admit defeat. It walks a thin line between dictatorship and outright political revolution. The corporate elite use the internet to stifle free speech. They treat it like a virus, which makes a lot of sense because ideas spread. For many, the past few years have been the final straw, yet behind the scenes, the elites continue with their 100-year plan. For them, this is a castle siege, and that's why they've decided to taint the world, to turn nature against itself. We are presently living in the age of a vast occult ritual, building up the numbers for a greater sacrifice each time. What the elites want is a fitting tribute to their false god, a new Eden for the fallen angels of the technocracy. We need new laws, transparency of all information, objective news and media, and the power to arrest any politician for corruption. The people have been used and abused for the convenience of the elites for far too long. Now the establishment must suffer their own karma. We have to speak up at every opportunity, no matter the situation. Disturbing the peace is a heroic act in a cowardly age. We can inspire the wronged and the subjugated to stand up to corrupt authority. We must represent ourselves and the human race, and not the corrupt politicians of the corporate oligarchy. You are your own government. You govern yourself. Let no other do it for you.